Hello there everybody, my name is Cookit4545 and welcome back to Drama Center Second Opinion. And last part we've faced off against Sabato, final strain of guilt. Now we're gonna do Naomi, no, Dr. Kimishima. Naomi Weaver, yeah, that's the word. And it's in the Sayonara. Pharmaceutical laboratory. Attention, all personnel in the laboratory has been contaminated. The guild is unstable. See all but the main entrance. Stand by for further instructions. I repeat. All personnel in the laboratory has been contaminated. The guild is unstable. So it all comes down to this, huh? I assume that this facility is finished, considering how many people know about guilt now. The inner circle is discussing how to proceed. However, you still have work to do. You want me to take care of the guild responsible for this mess, I assume. The researcher you're responsible for seems to have a guilt isolated in a small intestine. His symptoms point to the guilt strain called Koiki, but we're still waiting on lab results. Professor Blackwell printed up some information that might help you prepare. Understood, so the Koiki strain causes multiple lacerations. This is saying how can I treat a body they've turned against itself. Looks like I have my work cut out for me. So I never lost a patient. I'm not about to start now. Shaw reaction positive, soon to be active. Koiki bodies and the patient proceed as instructed. So Blackwell will be observing as well. Don't let us down, Weaver. We're in a critical situation here, but try to concentrate on the patient. Yes, Professor, I read the packet you provided. You believe this patient has Koiki. The test went conclusive, but everything we've been told seems to indicate Koiki. Yes, this is a weird case. Make sure that you don't get infected with it too. Understood. I think I can handle it. So there's really one thing I need to do here. I'm adjusting my mic. Sorry. Expel the Koiki. What the hell is going on?
Operate.
Bring in the patient. Let's begin the operation.
Let's operate.
Alright. Cool. Wow.
Aha.
Ooh, three. Three strains right off the back. Oh, got it two in one. Oh, it takes 3 hits now instead of 2 hits apparently. So he's an evolved form of Koiki. What the hell is this? So these guys, we can't kill them. They want us to extract it, but they have to make up something, so we have to keep the patient's health from draining. You don't have to do... Yeah, I believe you only need 1, so you can destroy 2. If not like it, you would get a low score, but if you need to. His vitals, all his graphs are spiking. Professor Barker, what's happening to him? There was some uncertainties in the Shawreact readings for this patient. We now know why. So what is it? If we continue the pattern, this would be called Sabato pattern. This is another guilt. As I'm afraid this complicates the operation procedures. I need you to collect a sample of that guilt at some point during the treatment. Capture the guilt, Dr. Weaver. Capture it? How on earth am I going to do that? I will prepare a job that should restrict the guilt movement for a moment. I'll need some time. Please continue to treat the patient without harming the guilt. Don't kill it? Huh. Sure, that should only be nigh impossible. Without it, we have no way of developing a proper treatment. I'm depending on you, Doctor. Will you be able to handle this? I don't have much of a choice. Don't worry, I'll keep both of them alive. In that case, I'll start preparing to neutralize it. So the healing touch might be useful, but you only get a limited time, so yeah. Alright, we have to make sure we don't hurt it.
vitals up.
So I'm gonna get him up to higher. Oh, only 36. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. Ooh, it's Big Mama already. Gonna have to be careful. There you go. I see it's proceeding. Progressing. Here's the treatment. May I proceed, Professor? Yes, this drug should put it in a state of suspended animation, temporary, of course. There you go. Get up. Get in. Now just capture the other one. That wraps it up. Good work, Doctor. So I believe what the goat was doing is prevented health from going up above 35, 36. So therefore, if you destroyed it too, then his health would have gone up higher. But I took the risk to get more points. I got a few bats, so therefore I'm probably gonna get a little grade. Operation completed. What are they going to have me do next? Hey, I would take it. To Brockwell leave already? I wanted to ask him something about that last operation. He's otherwise occupied. Also, they've issued orders for you to activate immediately. What? That's how they've chosen to handle the situation. I'm supposed to evacuate too. What about the other researchers? Who's going to operate on them? I guess that's part of their plan as well. They've already dispatched a cleanup crew. There's nothing more we can do here. Cleanup crew, huh? You guys really are fantastics. You don't even care about people's lives. Fanatics, my bad. Everyone here understands the risk involved in what they're doing. You all know that since of consequences, the mercy is not easily earned. But sacrifices must be made if we're to be freed from the shackles of medical science. I suppose I don't have a choice. I'll agree to evacuate. This is no place for a doctor anyways. Understood. We will not meet again. Goodbye and good luck. Ooh, that statement. We get to do that statement way much later in the future. So far in the future, you might not remember. I should probably be thankful they let me go, no questions asked, but it's only a matter of time before the past catches up to me. It's a shame they forgot to ask me for that guilt samples I extracted. Maybe the path of guilt does lead to salvation after all. And I have all the cards, it's time to ant up. Hey, Yup is nice this time of year. So, in Under the Knife, Trauma Center Under the Knife, you actually get to face. Well, I'll explain later after this. With Delphi exposed, it didn't take long for supercells to be found and eliminated. The end of medical terrorism seemed to be within reach. Professor Blackwell pledged his full cooperation with Caduceus in the ongoing investigation. Although it was his daughter's kidnapping that forced Blackwell to cooperate, he maintained that Delphi actions would have been impossible without his research. When offered a formal pardon, Blackwell insists that he served out his term in prison. He thanked Derek and Angie for giving him a second chance. Shouldn't that be a space in between second and chance to atone for his mistakes? The professor's testimony provided a clear picture of the international terrorist organization known as Delphi and shed light on their intentions. Delphi held to a dangerous ideology preached by their leader, a mysterious man who called himself Adam. The financial backing came primarily from holdings they absorbed from a number of international pharmaceutical conglomerates, such as the Edith Corporation. And the major world powers combined resources in a massive search for Delphi's headquarters. It wasn't long before they located a fortified vessel in the Atlantic Ocean. Dr. Styles and Nurse Angie were asked to accompany the British Navy and raid on Delphi's aquatic facility. Horrifying discovery await them inside the vessel, one which demonstrated the cruel lengths to which Delphi had gone to develop their guild. They had kidnapped children all over the world to serve as hosts for the original specimens of gills. Dr. Styles and Angie operated on these victims, who were taken into protective custody once they were freed of the virus. And in the hidden depths of the vessel, Derek came face to face with Adam, the mastermind behind medical terrorism and the main objective of the raid. Although having absorbed guilt into his own body, Adam had become scarcely more than a corpse. The vapors present in Adam's chamber were enough to momentarily incapacitate Derek. Though British forces soon located and revived him, at last the mission was complete. Adam's guilt-infested remains were confiscated by the British Navy, and their current whereabouts are unknown. For all intents and purposes, Delphi has been destroyed. Several months have passed since that time. Caduceus, USA, has continued its ongoing battle against international intractable diseases. They have seen many members come and go, but their mission to research new treatments has continued, with Dr. Derek Styles at the forefront. Thanks to the visionary efforts of Caduceus, USA, memories of the plague known as guilt has finally started to vanish. However, an invitation. This new medication is sweet. The patients have been responding very well. Well, I'm not usually one to brag. I just expect nothing less than perfection. Shouldn't you give some credit to Blackwell since he, thought of it? There's a fine line between theory and creation. I question your abilities as a doctor if you don't appreciate that difference. Oh wait, Victor, Blackwell thought up a method of treatment and you made it work. Can we drop it now? Whatever, I still made it work. Kinda sucks we're the only ones who will ever know Blackwell had anything to do with this. We're fortunate he agreed to help us while paying his debt to society. The world needs Professor Blackwell's research more than anyone will ever know. Welcome back to Star Wars 2, Angie. Thanks for your souvenirs. That pochi was delicious. I'm such a slave to Japanese treats. Yes. Glad you liked it. We didn't have much time to appreciate Tokyo, though, since most of our time was spent on conferences and hospital visitations. I think I'm still a little jet-lagged. Can't you at least try to act like you're a world-renowned super doctor? Have you heard back from Dr. Myers? I'd like to know how she's addressing to Hope Hospital. Oh, I forgot the director wanted to see you two as soon as you got back. It must be tough being so popular, huh? You better head up to his office. Alright, thanks for letting us know. Think there's any chance of going to give us a vacation, huh? I seriously doubt it. A long-term assignment in Great Britain? Will I be going as well? Yes, they asked for both of you specifically. They're in the final stages of some project and asked that our most skilled doctors participate. We were hesitant about their proposition, but considering they finally decided to ask for our help after months of silence, we agreed. Caduceus Europe will also be holding a conference there in about a month. We'd like you to attend that as well, and Director Hoffman will be joining you. Like he said, the British have been quiet about their research since the raid. Now all of a sudden they're asking outside organizations for help with some project. They must be extremely confident if you're willing to break their science on the issue. Considering they were unwilling to share any information Delphi only months ago. We would like you to keep us posted on their activities while you're there. So they're sharing their data. I thought you said they just want skilled surgeons. They made sure we understood none of their research was to be made public. Dr. Miller is a good doctor, a good man, but worry about all the secrecy. I can only assume the government wanted to have others involved as a safety measure. Are you willing to accept, knowing that there's more to this than meets the eye? I understand the situation, but if they need our help, I'm willing to go. We accept. We made preparations for you to leave in 5 days. You'll be on duty as usual until then. I'll see you both in a month. Okay then, so this whole thing was actually an under the knife. Trauma Center under the knife, besides these scenarios. What it was talk about being on the vessel and facing Adam. It was also under the knife, so you only get to face Adam in under the knife. This right now, along with this, like I said, it's all new to this game now. I mean, I don't know if there's some stuff new in here or different, but I know a lot of this story is retold in under the knife. But the ending of the game is you can't play the ending of the game of under the knife. So this is all new. For a second opinion. Great Britain. I'm tired. Sorry. Caduceus Director's Office. That's a fancy office. Thank you for coming all this way. I'm sure you're both quite tired. I don't believe we've spoken since the Delphi raid. It feels good to see old friends again. It was a difficult mission, but I'm glad everything turned out for the best. It's an honor to be invited here. Miss Thompson, please let me know if there's anything we can do to make your stay easier. After all, I'm sure Dr. Cyrus owes much of his success to having you at his side. Thank you, Director. I'm positive Dr. Cyrus and I will both learn quite a bit during our stay. Allow me to introduce you both to Dr. Owen. Owen, my bad. Our research executive. He will be supervising all the research you take part in while you're with us here. It's an honor to meet you both, Dr. Cyrus, Nurse Thompson. Your work on our project will be quite pivotal, I'm certain. Nice to meet you. Dr. Owen, was actually the first person to recommend your involvement. He believed that only doctors of real talent would be able to complete these final stages. You might think I'm being selfish, but this is something only you two can handle. Hopefully we won't embarrass ourselves too badly. Well then, if you'll follow me, I can fill you in on the details of our research. Oh, now you gonna laugh. Caduceus Research Laboratory. The results of our regenerative treatments have been far beyond expectation. One might be so bold as to say we're about to turn medical science on its head. As you can see, we transplant those neo cells in hopes that they regenerate the lost tissue. What's surprising is how quickly it occurs in the low rate of autoimmune difficulties. This is only possible because of our advanced facilities and brilliant researchers. We were as limited as the other branches of Caduceus. I doubt our research would have advanced even half as quickly. Hey, I'm impressed. I didn't realize you guys were working on something like this. But what does any of this have to do with guilt research? Most of the theories we put into practice are based on what we learned fighting guilt. I'm afraid I can't say more than that. We're saving the finer details for our conference. You said you are a 300 of patients with regenerative technology. We'll be visiting those patients tomorrow. It will be easier to understand if you can see their recoveries for yourself. Dr. Kimishima. Have you finished your rounds for today? Yes, Director. I assume these are the doctors from America. Excuse Squeeze me. So her real name is Naomi Kimishima, not Naomi Weaver. She used an alias last name. We will meet her again. Your time is going to be better. Allow me to introduce you. Dr. Stars, this is Dr. Naomi Kimishima. She's been working with us for some time. Like you, she specializes in miracle surgeries. A pleasure to meet you. I'm not gonna read. I know that's Japanese, so I'm not gonna read. I know Sensei is proper. It's nice to meet you. I'm afraid I don't understand what you just said, Dr. Kimishima. Oh, my mistake. I was under the impression you recently traveled to Japan. She's actually hails from Japan originally. That, however, is not important. She's been exploring our research in a number of ways with her unique talent. In a perfect world, she should be able to work in your place. However, there's been a problem. A problem? There has been isolated reports of guilt throughout Europe in Alpha Devil Feast defeat. Unfortunately, we have no idea what could be causing them. There has been speculation that these outbreaks are occurring naturally, but splinters of Selfie are far more likely. The CIA has been investigating this as well. Dr. Kimishima has her hands full treating the guilt victims that they are brought in. That is why we can't have her working on research full time. We may also need you to assist her occasionally, Dr. Styles. I hope that you understand. Of course, I'd be glad to help. I didn't realize there were still guilt outbreaks. And the Philadelphia trial runs deeper than anyone thought. Well, it's time to end it off here. Only one surgery and two long, very long cutscenes? Talks. So in the next video we're gonna go to Relapse. So we see you guys then. Goodbye.